Hey everyone, welcome back to Launch Codes Football. My name is Chris,
And I'm Chelsea.
and welcome to episode 37 of the podcast. Kind of crazy. We're working our way up the numbers. The episodes keep coming. We've been doing this for like over a year, like
I
going on
know.
like a year and a half. It's kind of
Can't believe
crazy.
it's been that long.
I know, but it's been fun. Really enjoyed this, and this has been something we can both look forward to and appreciate everyone who listens. So and looks at our content. So yeah, but Chelsea, how you feeling today?
Feeling good. I got Baby Yoda to my right. I got the SEAL Squad to my left. So feeling good. Feeling especially good for one particular reason, mostly because I picked the Rams and you didn't.
Oh, whatever.
But, we'll get into that.
Whatever. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Look, okay, yeah, we're just going to dive into it. Today we're just going to be talking about the Super Bowl, kind of recapping our thoughts and our analysis from last week and what we thought about the game. So, let's first start out with the fact that defense did end up being the key to this game. It literally came down to the last possession on the last play of the game. And well, it ended up being the last play of the game because of the defense. Aaron Donald showing his Hall of Fame status yet again by getting two key stops in a row to win the game and win the championship. Really insane defense, especially on the third down. I mean, he tackled the running back with one arm.
And
One
the
arm.
man didn't even win Super Bowl MVP.
I know. I mean, I understand.
But I think Cup didn't deserve it because he did. But I don't know. I feel like he should have given out two.
I guess like either way, it wasn't really a wrong choice. But yeah, Donald he's a monster. And he showed that in this game. I think that, the Rams defense showed up when they needed to. This game was kind of insane. I mean, it was back and forth. At first, everyone, we were all watching it together, me, Chelsea, in a group, and they were just like, Chris, did you like tell both of these coaches to just do nothing but throw screens and run the ball? Because that was like the first whole quarter of this game. It felt like, no, it was beautiful. That's football right there, right?
Yeah, there was like 7 runs for 2 yards from Cam Akers. Wiles' favorite kind of football. Boring.
Look, it makes it go by faster, right? We need to get people out of their seat. I'm kidding.
It's so boring.
I'm kidding. No, but honestly, it was interesting that both of these teams really came out kind of careful. And then in the second half is when you notice they started coming out swinging. I mean, the Bengals with the big throw to T. Higgins for the big touchdown, which probably shouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. Yeah, we'll kind of get into some penalties and calls and stuff here in a little bit. But yeah, overall, this was a very entertaining Super Bowl. Very fun all around. Everything from the halftime to the game itself to the atmosphere to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson announcing
that
the
was
teams.
So unnecessary, bro.
But it was so much fun. I loved that.
So unnecessary.
It's the Super Bowl. You have to be unnecessary. So either way, it was a fun time. And I enjoyed watching the Super Bowl a lot. But of course, because I picked the Bengals, they lose. So Chelsea,
right. That's what I said, bro. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Didn't I say that a week ago? I was like, see, Chris is going to pick the Bengals because the Bengals have won and now they'll lose. And what happened?
That's exactly what happened.
Guys, literally when the game ended, we were sitting next to each other. I looked right at Chris. I punched him. I was like, I told you. He just sat there defeated. It was quite funny, actually. Yeah. But no, I mean, like I said, this game was going to come down to the Bengals O-line. And, well, it did, considering that Aaron Donald, pretty much tore up the interior part of the O-line for the entirety of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the man's so good, he could tackle another grown man with one arm. Like, I can't even tackle someone smaller than me with my whole body, like, let alone with one arm. So, shout out to Aaron Donald for, being the best player in the NFL, arguably. I think there's a good case for it. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, Bengals O-line is trash. If Bengals had an average O-line in this game, they probably would have won, if we're being honest. But because they did not. It ended up being the thing that defeated them, which was sad because, I told you guys if Bengals won, Chris and I were going to get matching t-shirts and wear them, and then they lost. So really shout out to the Rams for saving my wallet. No, just kidding. But no, it's actually super sad. Remember last week when I said that the Cincinnati mayor gave that Monday off to kids in Cincinnati because they were like going to celebrate the Super Bowl, and then they lost, and it's like, oh, I guess you just cried all day. Like, is that what happened? Like,
it's a day to mourn. That's what the day off should be.
No, but I mean, I think we have to take a moment to acknowledge that outside of the result of this game, the refs were terrible the whole game for everyone. They missed like 5, 6, 7 crucial calls in this game on both sides.
At least they missed it on both sides.
I mean, yeah, they were equally bad on both sides. Woohoo. Congratulations, refs. Like, how do you literally miss like Jalen Ramsey just tumbling to the ground? Jalen Ramsey doesn't tumble. He glides. Like, the dude does not tumble. Like, how you miss that?
We were just talking about it. It's so funny when you watch the play happen from the TV perspective.
Like he
died. He just looks like he died on the field.
Like, how do you miss that? Literally, the 100 million people who were watching the game all saw it except you. Like, but no, dude, the refs were so bad. Like, I don't know who these refs were, but they were just extraordinarily bad for both sides. So hopefully they get that straightened out, because that's totally not cool at all. But yeah, so go Rams. Glad Matthew Stafford, got his Super Bowl. Lions fans are like living right now, vicariously through Matthew Stafford. Gotta respect that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the Bengals, they just couldn't put it together on offense. Defense was just too good.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Jalen Ramsey died on the field, it was just still too good. And I mean, shout out to Eric Weddle too. The man's literally tore his pectoral muscle in the first part of the game and played through it and ended up having a crucial tackle later in the game. Normally, when you tear your pectoral muscle, that is a season-ending injury. And this man was like, nah, I came out of retirement for this. It's fine. The dude had like the most scary red blood bruise on the inside of his arm I had ever seen. So shout out to Eric Weddle for, not being a pansy during the Super Bowl. Hopefully your pec heals, bro. Probably shouldn't have played through it, but you did, and you won. So good job. But maybe next time, don't play through it. Also, rip Odell Beckham Jr.'s ACL. That was truly sad. Also, rip his trade value and his free agency value, because he's probably not going to be able to play most of next year. So,
but he won the Super Bowl. So, he's chilling, and he scored a touchdown in it.
But did his ACL win? I would argue not.
Yeah. When you saw that no contact injury, you were like,
people were like, some of the people we were watching with, they were like, oh no, it's fine. It could be a meniscus. And Chris and I looked at each other. We were like, no.
That thing is gone. Yeah.
It said, baby, bye, 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 bye. And it like flew out of there.
That's copyright, Chelsea. Now we're getting copyrighted. You did it.
Oh, man. You're not supposed to say it out loud.
I'm kidding. No, honestly, I mean, yeah, I felt bad for Odell, but I think he's still happy he was able to contribute to the game.
Yeah. I mean, he was part of the reason they won. They hadn't scored that touchdown, they wouldn't have won. So
now, do you think, I heard this earlier today, do you think that if Odell was in the game and did not get injured, it would have been a blowout? I was told that because their reasoning was because Eli Apple is guarding Odell and he was burning him. Do you think that's true?
I don't buy that. I mean, yeah, Eli Apple was trash and has been getting dragged on the internet for the past week. Which is really sad. It is truly sad, but also I've seen some funny memes about it, but mostly it's sad. No, I don't think it would have been a blowout. Now, if they had Odell, Robert Woods, and Cup, then it would have been a blowout. But even if Odell was in there, I mean, I still think the Bengals would have made it a game. Like, I don't think it would have been a blowout.
I got you. Yeah. I don't think it would have been a blowout, but I mean,
hey, I mean, as long as you got the GOAT Cam Akers in there running the ball 15 times, averaging 2 yards a carry. I mean,
on basically one leg.
Need? Dude, like, you are killing me from the inside.
Hey, I mean, overall, though, the Rams offense, they did what they didn't need to do, which was just
one
shut
could say
down.
that they played dirty.
There you
go. They played hard to get, as Chris likes to describe.
No, that's the 49ers. Literally, they make them play ugly.
They played like their heart depended on it.
I really thought the Rams, they needed to put together a whole 60 minutes, and they really didn't for part of it, but they got away with it. No, I'm just annoyed. I'm really annoyed that they won the championship by like not doing what I said they needed to do.
They really tried to give that game away, if we're being honest.
And there was even a point on the final drive where Matt Stafford was pretty good. He like threw the no look and everyone didn't even see it. I'll be real. I was one of them. And then
I was one of them too. I didn't see it either.
And then Matt Stafford goes on the next play, has a wide open guy in the end zone, albeit it was a tough throw. He overthrows him by 10 feet.
I know. We all saw that, and our whole friend group was like, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of like, okay.
If I was Matthew Stafford, I could make that throw.
I mean, I think, look, the thing is, he got it. That's all that matters. He got
it. Who gives a crap what he had to do to get there, man? I mean, he won.
Exactly. Was there a call or two here and there? There was probably a call that went their way on that drive. Probably.
I mean, there was a call that went the other team's way on every drive. So
it was just equally bad. So I mean,
so bad. I mean, does Odell give a crap? Nah. I mean, does he only have one knee? Yeah. But you know what? He can replace that knee with that Super Bowl trophy. So I mean,
But can we talk about how good Jamar Chase is, though? He was kind of carrying the Bengals offense on some drives. It's a real shame that on the big catch he had at the first half, that they did not score a touchdown on that. Like they got all the way there and then had to settle for a field goal, which ended up being one of the key reasons they lost the game. And then Jamar Chase.
I've been saying all year, people were like, you know who's gonna win Rookie of the Year? Mac Jones. And I was like, no, sir.
No.
And you know who didn't win it? Mac Jones.
No.
Jamar is unarguably the best rookie this year. There is no argument.
He beat Randy Moss's rookie record, didn't he?
He also burned Jalen. Like, dude. Yeah. Jalen Ramsey, arguably the best corner in the league. I mean, the dude had some real good plays against him. So,
and
did Mac Jones burn Jalen Ramsey? I don't think so.
You know what's a real shame is on the 4th and 1, Jamar Chase was wide open on the last play of the game. It hurts. If you're a Bengals fan, it hurts because if Burrow has time to throw that, he might throw it. I mean, I still don't like the idea that. Okay, the Bengals, was it the Bengals or the Rams that did this? Basically, in this game, we had several moments where it was like 3rd and 1, and they would chuck it 40 yards. And
it's just QB sneak. It's not hard.
Or just like, get the first down. I don't understand why chucking it. Okay, if it's 2nd and 1,
full
it makes
back
sense.
dive like I do on Madden. Works every time.
If it was 2nd and 1, I understand. But 3rd and 1 where you need to get it here. Yeah, I'm not for throwing it 40 yards on 3rd and 1. It's not that you can never do
I'm a better coach than Sean McVay and Zach Taylor. Come at me.
Nah. I mean, honestly, I will say one of the great calls McVay had was the call to Cooper Kupp to get the 4th down or to convert on 4th down, which literally
that was the end around
play?
It was the running play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was huge. That was a brilliant call. It could have it was really risky, but it ended up working out. And, he
was willing to risk it for the biscuit.
That's right. And so I think just overall, I mean, McVay, he coached a good game this time. He didn't have to go against Belichick, which probably helped him considering the last Super Bowl, that he played it, that he coached in. He was against Belichick and they put 3 points on the board. So this was
also had Jared Goff. who's
Yeah.
not that bad, but Matthew Stafford is
And they had no Cooper
at
Cup
least marginally better.
and no Cooper Cup. So,
Mhm.
but they made it work. So
They did. I mean, they had Aaron Donald though.
Yeah. So either way, this was a fun Super Bowl. I really thought I got to be honest, this is a legacy game for Matt Stafford. I mean,
Oh yeah,
he got over like, is he clutch? Can he do it in the big moment? And he did it. Like, yes, there were times we were like, oh my gosh, what is he doing? But
he's blowing it.
But let's be honest, that 20-yard pass, no look that not even the announcer saw, like that was amazing. And he fit that between like two defenders.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Or like that is masterful quarterback play right there. You can't ask for any better than that.
But you know what's more painful than Jamar Chase being wide open on the last play of the game for the Bengals?
What's that?
The fact that the ball landed a foot away from Samaje Perine and he didn't dive for it. Can we just take a moment of silence for Bengals fans?
F in the chat. Imagine having someone who plays in the Super Bowl who wouldn't dive on the football. I could never imagine.
Who would have died? Not died. Who would have died for it? Joe Mixon. Where was Joe Mixon? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that was a really questionable decision, not gonna lie. But Joe Mixon, what was like the third leading rusher in the league this year?
Yes. Yeah, he had a super underrated year.
And so, I do question, why don't you put your best back in there? I mean, it may not have mattered.
Like,
but
does anyone think that Samaje Perine, as great as the dude is, I'm sure, is a pass catching back? Like, does anyone actually think that? Because I don't think anyone actually does.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the questions that has been brought up, do you think Aaron Donald lined up offsides on the 4th and 1? Because there's a lot of people mad about that.
Yeah, chalk it up with, the other 12 missed calls on both sides. What'd he have over his fingernail? Like, come on, man.
I mean, yeah, it's really, it is like, I'm looking at the picture now. He's definitely quite a bit further up than his teammates are.
No, I mean, there's no denying it. The picture on Twitter, he definitely looks offsides.
But it's also,
you also don't know the angle for that. Like, was the camera straight on? Was the camera a little bit in front of him, but not in front of the others? So he looked off. Like, we're just never gonna know. But the reality is, the entire game did not hinge on that play. If you wanted to win the game, you should have won the game. You got a free touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't have even existed. So really, you shouldn't have even been playing for the game at that point, because that touchdown shouldn't have even counted. So, like, if you want to win the game, like, go score more. Like, no team sport is hinged on one play. That's not how team sports work.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it definitely wasn't this one play, but this one play just happened to be the biggest of the game.
Right.
But
I mean, there's so many other factors that lead up to that. Like, if you want to win the game, you got to put up more points than that. You got to triple team Aaron Donald. Like, Jamar Chase has to catch balls, when they're a little bit overthrown or underthrown. Like, you just, you can't look at a game and go, oh yes, the outcome of this game is predicated upon this one play. That's not how football works. Like, there are a series of moments that lead up to that moment that cause that moment. If you don't want that moment to be caused, change the previous moments. Like, it's just how it works.
At the Saints fans who are still upset about the NFC Championship.
That was rough. That I will
go tell them. Go tell them to that.
Dude, that was tough. I mean, you want to talk about plays that directly feel like they change a game? I mean, let's talk about that Colts Saints Super Bowl. I mean, if that interception hadn't been thrown, would we had one? Probably. So, I mean, if Saints fans want to come at me, I will come right back at them. So try me.
All right. So any Saints fans, apparently Chelsea is opening an invite to fight.
Find me in the chat, bro. No, for real though. You guys did deserve that Super Bowl. You outplayed us. But seriously, there is an argument. It's like, well, if this one specific play hadn't happened, then this other play wouldn't have happened and we probably would have won. And like, I see the logic behind the argument, but also it just is too flawed. Like, it just doesn't follow logically.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this game overall,
I will say
It
though,
just
he definitely did look offsides.
it
Like we
does
are
look
both
like it.
acknowledging that he looks offsides.
Yeah,
Like
it
they
does.
should have called it. But
Or
our point is, that's not the only play that the outcome of this game rests on.
I don't know if they should have called it. It really just depends. Like we said, we don't know the exact angle, but also he wasn't so offsides to where it was like they were
Blatant.
probably gonna call it. Yeah, I mean,
at least in the picture he looks offsides, but I mean that's kind of relative though. Like another camera could take a picture from the other side of the stadium where he doesn't. So I mean,
so either way, this is a fun game. But let's talk about what Joe Burrow did. What did you think of his performance?
no, I mean, I think generally speaking, he played a good game, especially with all the duress that he was under. I mean, what more is he supposed to do?
I
When you
agree.
can't run the ball because you have Von Miller and Aaron Donald coming at you every play, and you have half a second to throw the ball, and you still manage to almost win. Like, what more are you supposed to ask of him? But really, we got to talk about the GOAT of this game, Eli Apple, for just his spectacularly stellar play this entire game.
Oh, come on. He's had enough.
Okay, but everyone, I will say, is hating on him too much because in the NFC Championship, he saved that touchdown that got them to the Super Bowl. So, did the dude play bad during the game? Yeah, obviously. But y'all wouldn't have been there to begin with if he had not saved that touchdown. So, maybe respect him a little bit for that. Now, come on. Yeah. He's a person.
He has one bad game. It happens.
He's a person.
Maybe it's they might say, well, it's been multiple. But it is what it is. You lost in the Super Bowl. It's not like a lot of other teams have done that, and a lot of other teams have had their corners burnt in the Super Bowl. It happens. Yeah. So
I mean, the best cornerbacks get burnt. I mean, Jalen Ramsey straight up died on the field. So
yeah, I mean, was it like he got his face mask thrown into the dirt? Maybe, but
I mean, was it though?
Either way, yeah, I thought Joe Burrow played a pretty good game, all things considered. I actually think that he was playing pretty well on the last drive there, but he really just had no time to do anything on that 4th and 1.
Yeah,
I think if he had time,
that's not his fault. You can only run around and scramble so much.
Yeah, I think on the 4th and 1, if he has time, he gets it. But he had no time. There was nothing he could do. His offensive lineman got beat easily. Like it was barely a challenge. It looked like for Aaron Donald. I mean, no offense to the offensive lineman, but it just kind of looked like, I mean, Donald just kind of went right through them, right past them. There was no chance. And like we said, the line did end up burning them. Although still, like, was Jamar Chase probably the right choice to get to the Super Bowl this year? Probably. They needed the offense.
They wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl without Chase.
And Chase put them in the position to be close to a field goal to tie the game. I don't know if you remember that, but I mean, that was, and in some ways I was kind of sad, not just because I picked the Bengals, but I was like, I really would have liked to have seen what would have happened if the Bengals tie the game up. What happens? Do we go to overtime again for the second time in history of the Super Bowl?
Gosh.
But
dude, no, we just have to take this moment to just, predict the draft picks for the Bengals. I'm going to go with offensive lineman, offensive lineman, offensive lineman, offensive lineman, offensive lineman, cornerback, offensive lineman. Boom.
One corner in the whole draft, huh?
Yep. In the 6th round.
Okay. And that they'll hit on the corner, but nothing else.
Yeah. All the linemen, they'll be bad. But the corner, he's gonna pop off.
Literally. Well, either way, I think Joe Burrow, he came in confident. I believe he came in ready to win. And he did.
Did you see his pregame fit? Dude,
oh my gosh.
He looked prepared. He literally dressed like a fly Bengal in gray.
I gotta give props. Joe Burrow, like, dresses confident. He is confident.
He had style. He could pull off the hats like in a way that Cam Newton just can't, like he puts on a hat and people are like, dang, Joe Burrow's wearing a hat. Cam Newton puts on a hat, he gets called a grandma. Like, it's just different dynamics.
I really think Joe Burrow just kind of has like this oozing of confidence into whatever game he's playing. And I think that, like, I really respect that. But he's not like stupid confidence, he's not going in there gunslinging.
Who sucks? Aaron Donald.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, he is not saying that dumb stuff. And why would he about his own teammate? Oh wait, no, not his own teammate.
What?
My bad. I'm dumb.
Uh,
I'm dumb. Okay, I'll shut up now. We're editing that out. I'm kidding. I'm kidding,
dude,
but
did you see the video of Joe Burrow walking around the field during the game, introducing himself to the Rams defenders and shaking their hands in between plays? He went up to Aaron Donald. He was like, "Hello, Mr. Donald. My name is Joe." And Aaron Donald, like, grunted. That was like all he got. But he's like walking around, like shaking people's hands. It's like, oh, you're like a little bean. Like,
like
you're shaking all your hands. You're so polite.
it's like, wow, well, so polite. And then Aaron Donald's just like snarls at him. I'm kidding now.
Aaron Donald just sits on him 2 plays later.
Pretty much. But either way, I think Joe Burrow played a good game. He put them in position to win. I really thought his line kind of gave up on him. Not gave up on him, but really kind of screwed him over in the fourth. And he even got hurt. I mean, so did Matt Stafford.
Yeah, they both did.
Quick side note, I do want to give a quick shout out to the Bengals defensive line. They actually played a really good game, in my opinion.
They did.
For a lot of it. No one was talking about them, including myself. But
now you are.
Because against the Chiefs, they really just dropped like 8 into coverage and rushed 3, and they were still getting to Mahomes because of really good coverage, and they were putting good pressure on Mahomes. They really made him struggle in that second half. So I think that, we're talking about it, and I'm just like, yeah, these Bengals, these defensive linemen are playing well. They're playing a good game and getting to Matt Stafford.
Trey Hendrickson has had a very good year. He was a great pickup from the Saints. He really kind of changed their D line. Yeah.
So I just wanted to give a shout out to them.
You go, buddies.
Yeah, like they were not the reason they lost, even though, yes, the Rams may have scored on the final drive of the game. I really thought they didn't. I mean, holding the Rams to 23 points.
That's impressive.
That's a good number to hold a team to, in my opinion.
Especially in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Like, you can win by holding a team to 23. It's not the most ideal. If you had to really give a realistic number, you'd want to hold them under 20. But I still think that this was,
or to 0.
Yes, a shutout's always nice. But,
yeah. I mean, this was a good game. I really enjoyed this game. Quick side note, Colts related side note. My least favorite player on the Bengals is Sam Hubbard, simply because 2 years ago, first game, played the Bengals. You know who broke up the game when he passed? Sam freaking Hubbard, and I'm still not over it.
Oh my gosh. So petty, right? Who would ever? Who would ever?
Yeah, who would remember such an obscene? He's probably forgotten about it now, but I see it in my head every day. No, just kidding.
I'm kidding. Well, then
I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I thought for once we were going to start out 1-0, but no, it's the same every year.
No.
0-5, and then we missed the playoffs barely.
You guys go on this like run, and everyone's like, wait, are they legit? And then it's just like
the Patriots, and then we beat everyone, and then we lost the freaking Jaguars, and I hate how well I know my team. Remember at the beginning of the year, I was like, here's what's going to happen. The Colts, they're going to go 2-3 their first 5 games, and then they're going to go on a streak. They're going to make, they're going to be in the playoff race. They're going to look real good, and then at the end, they'll somehow manage to blow it to someone really bad, and they'll miss. And Chris was like, that won't happen. And I was like, okay. And then it did. And I was just really disappointed at my level of accuracy, because I was just really hoping I was going to be wrong.
I mean, look, your team better than any of us. So,
man, but I was so disappointed in myself.
You're like, no, not again. You're just watching it unfold.
Every year, bro. Every single year since Andrew Luck retired. Why are they doing this to me?
Pain. That's all I think of is pain.
All I see is Andrew Luck's face, and all I feel is pain.
You're just like, please come back. Please.
Hey, at least my quarterback doesn't work for a different team now, like Luke Kuechly does.
Look, I don't want to hear it.
Dude, bro, how do you go work for another team? That's just disrespectful.
When they offer good money.
My quarterback just has a book club and like hangs out, in his mansion with his tiny family. At least my cornerstone player didn't go to another team in another division, bro. Like, that's just tough.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, this was fun. And I think that it was fun kind of recapping. Honestly, this whole season's been a fun season to talk about.
Yeah.
Like
Very unpredictable. It's been enjoyable.
I would have not picked these two teams to make it. Well, maybe the Rams, maybe.
I think I did. I think I picked the Rams and
Chiefs.
No, I don't think I think it was like I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I either picked I think I picked Packers Chiefs, but it wouldn't have surprised me if the Rams made it.
Yeah.
But no one picked the Bengals. Literally no one.
We had a topic earlier this year about like whether the Rams were Super Bowl contenders or not. And well, there you go. Well,
then they went and picked up like 3 megastars during the season, and then their GM wore that shirt during their parade that said "F them picks."
Oh my gosh, they were like, we don't need picks, we win.
I'm like, dude, you're gonna hate yourself in like 3 years, but okay.
But hey, they won. That's all that matters.
Yeah, if the only one they're gonna win, they're gonna lose everyone.
Just in. If you are a team,
have no picks, bro. Yeah, F them picks until you have none.
Literally, if you are a team, just call the Rams, and they'll be like, "Oh, we'll give you. You know what? Give you our picks."
Yo, you want to give me your best pick for literally no one? They'll be like, "Say less."
Say less. Bet. No, but I mean, it's worked out. So maybe this is the new strat. Is this the new strategy for
you just have multiple teams that have no picks in drafts now? Exactly. That would be crazy.
I'm just saying, all these teams are like, we need draft picks. But I'm like,
what?
Do
you?
Yeah, the Bengals built off of draft picks, but the Rams built off of just signing people, and it worked out.
Do you want to like be filled with old farts who are experienced, or do you want to be filled with dudes who are 22 who know nothing? I mean, really, it's just, which one would you prefer?
Known commodities or unknown commodities? I mean, they did draft Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp.
I mean, so. that's pretty fire draft right there.
So, like, I guess, you can't.
But Kupp played at Eastern Washington, and Donald played at, I don't even remember. I couldn't even tell you. I'm pretty sure that Kupp played at Eastern Washington, though.
Oh, really?
I think so. Are you looking it up?
Aaron Donald, the only thing that comes up in high school. Okay. Really?
He's fine. The LeBron James. He went from high school to the NFL.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
That would be a very Aaron Donald thing to do, though. Just skip college because you're already 325 and like 6'4", casual.
I played for Pitt in
wow.
He won ACC Defensive Player of the Year.
You think I'd remember that, but I just really don't.
I didn't either. That's kind of crazy.
Dude, you think he's looking at Pitt's quarterback thinking, "Hey man, represent Pitt, yeah."
Yeah, I bet he's hyped for Pickett. Maybe no, they have Matt Stafford.
Maybe secretly he's like, who we should trade. Who we should.
We should give more of our picks away.
We should trade Stafford away for Kenny Pickett.
They're like, give more of our picks away. Well,
dude, I will trade you my last pick for your first pick. Say less. Say less. That is a deal.
Say less and big bet. Well, I think that's pretty much it of what we got to talk about today. Yeah. Now that it's the off season, we're going to have some stuff, a little bit different stuff planned out. We'll still talk about free agency and all that stuff. I think we're planning on maybe doing some live streams and just, different things to get everybody still involved and get ready for next season too.
Yeah, because we know that like after last season, it was like the dead of summer, where like no football news was coming out, and we like kind of died and stopped recording for 3 months. That is not going to happen this year. One of the ideas that we have is to actually have our listeners, followers, and people that we are cool with come on the show, and we'll do a themed episode for your team. You lead it. You talk about it because you know more about it than we do.
Yeah.
You lead it. You talk about it. You tell us what you hate, what you love, who you want to draft, who you want to ship down the river, as Chris would say. Come on. That would be fun. We'll publicize you. You can publicize us. It'll just be a big publication party. Like, come on. It'll be fun.
I agree. Well, yeah, we'll
Maybe
post more about that.
Maybe we'll even make t-shirts.
We'll post more about that on our socials and keep everyone updated. So follow us to make sure. But
Launch Codes Football t-shirts. Maybe coming eventually.
That'd be hype.
That would be so cool though.
I know. So Chelsea, I guess we're all good. You want to finish us on our outro?
Yeah, for sure. So thanks for listening, guys. Tune back in next week for more content as we will be getting into free agency and draft. And maybe we'll do an episode about the Panthers, episode about the Colts. And I'll talk about what the Colts problems are. Chris will talk about what the Panthers problems are. It'll be a good time. So in the meantime, follow us on Twitter at _LC_football_ and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Launch Codes Football. I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Chris.
And we will see you next week. Let's go Rams.
See you guys.